Hey Sag, it's your girl D with 8th House Energy here to bring you your January 2020 general love reading. It may not resonate with everybody, but please feel free to check your moon sign, your rising sign, or your Venus sign readings. You can see those, the general readings, the love readings, all of them, and extended by going to the membership, the Patreon membership. You get to see them for $5. Okay, not $5 each, but $5 a month. All the extended videos. So if you want to find out more about this video because it resonates, the link is going to be down below. If you just want to have access to all the other videos and the extended videos in reference to what I post, the link is down below. So we're talking about love here. So we're looking at the planets. When we look from an astrological point of view, we're looking at Venus. Okay, which is the planet that talks about your capacity to love and what you value. It also talks about how you show what you love and how you show what you value. All right, and so with Venus right now, Venus is in your 11th house. Okay, so with it being in your 11th house, it's in the house where, when you're looking at love, or if you're looking at love, you're looking at people who are like-minded and who have similar interests in you. You're not gonna just date someone because they're hot, or because your cousin hooked them up with you, or you were introduced by mutual friends. You're gonna be looking for someone who has the same goals as you, the same morals as you, the same values as you. You're going to be looking for someone who is interested in, a lot of you are going to be looking for people or looking at people who are in your religious organizations, your religious groups, your spiritual groups, just people who believe in the same thing as you and look at life from a similar standpoint as you. So you'll be looking for someone who might be a bit friendly. You want someone who's unique. You don't want someone like the person you dealt with last. So you're looking for someone who has their own vibe to them, their own flavor. You're looking for somebody who's not like everybody else, because you don't want the lame. You want, somebody who's comfortable being themselves and being who they are. Someone whose self-esteem is not low, who thinks highly of themselves. So that's where you're looking at when you're looking at Venus and how you show your love. So that's how you're going to be showing your love to the individual that you're going to be dealing with. If you meet someone new. If you're with someone right now, you might have a mindset where you're changing the way you approach your lover. You might be a more unique, might be doing something different. You may want to spark things up, change things up. If you're looking for someone new, like I said, you may be looking at environments where you have where they're like-minded interests, people with like-minded interests. Okay, especially in the spiritual and religious organizations that you might be in, or any other organization or community group or community setting, or a baseball team. It could be a debate club. It doesn't matter. Whatever organization where you have a gathering of people who do things that you like, you're starting to look in those circles in reference to someone you can connect to. Now, your Mars. Mars is moving in. Mars moved into your sign on the 3rd. All right. So Mars is all about, what you desire, what turns you on, what you're attracted to. So it moved into your 9th house. So this is the house where you're going to start desiring people who have, if you haven't already, you're going to start looking for people who are like-minded. You're going to start looking at environments that you go to regularly. Like if you go to church regularly, you're going to start looking around for partners there. If you go to, fraternity and sorority conventions and organizations of the like, you may be looking for partners there. If you are in any type of organization, a community event, you might be looking for people there, like-minded people who are about the social aspects of the social betterment of the society. You're going to be on that mindset. You're also going to be on a spiritual journey for a lot of you, transforming out of what you were used to dealing with to what you want to deal with now. All right. And with the moon in Gemini, you're going to be communicating that. You're going to be communicating how you feel to people. You're going to be communicating what you think about, connecting with the different types of people who come approach. So you're not going to be biting your tongue. You're not going to be hiding how you feel about anything when it comes to connecting with the next person, or when it comes to the fact that maybe you don't want to connect with anybody. You may want to stay single. Okay. Or if it comes to those of you who are currently in a relationship, you're going to be connecting more so with your partner on that level. All right. So when I describe these energies, it's going to be about the past, it could be the like your past relationship that you're no longer in. It could be a relationship that you're currently in, or it could be, in the future, if you do get into a relationship, what you may be looking for or what you could, consider. All right. So with the first card here that we have, this is going to be about you. Your ideas about relationships in general, or the relationship you're in. It could be about the past relationship. It could be about what you don't want in the future or what you do want in the future. So this card represents the 10 of Swords in reverse. So what I'm showing here with the 10 of Swords in reverse is that someone just wants to get to the point where they just want to take a break from the relationship if you're currently in one. If you're not and you just got out of one, then this is what it is. You wanted to get out of the relationship, so you wanted to be free of that. Okay, you wanted to lighten up the situation or lighten up your your emotional space. You thought that things were a little bit too heavy. Some of you may have been betrayed by your lover. In the future, you're going to avoid situations that you were in with the past in reference to you being betrayed. Okay, so whatever situation that you were in, and that's up to you to look at, because everybody's situation is unique. So what you're going to do is you're looking back maybe at what happened, how it happened, and what you're going to avoid in the future. Now, the second card is going to represent, which is here, it's going to represent how you see your partner. Okay, this could be your past partner. If you're in a relationship, it's your current partner. If it's in the future, it could be, what you're looking for in a partner or what you don't want in a partner. So we have the Sun card. This is Leo energy. And forgive me, I didn't say what this was. The 10 of Swords in reverse is Gemini energy. So that's you, and this is how you see your partner. If you're, your past partner, if this is your past scenario, you were looking at this situation as your partner was someone who might have been delaying, doing something that would make you both happy or put you both on the same page. Whether it would be this person deciding that they're going to communicate more with you and they just been putting it off and stalling, and or maybe it's them being more honest with you, maybe it's them being more supportive of you financially, or supportive of you emotionally. Maybe it's them, anything from to them not cheating anymore, or just changing some of their ways that are that were hindering the relationship. If this is a current situation where you're currently in a relationship, you may be in a relationship with someone where you do see a future with them. Maybe you're not jumping to conclusions right now, but you do see that this person could be a potential. Okay, and if you are not in a relationship, then maybe in the future you're not going to be with someone who is going to delay gratification for you, in reference to, someone who might be in a situation where they're like, okay, yeah, we can take things slow. And you're like, okay, well, it's been 6 months now. Are we going to be exclusive? Or you don't have to worry about those types of things, or you're not going to allow that to go. You're going to want to know what's going on right up front, and you're not going to be afraid to talk about that, especially with Mars moving into Sagittarius. Now, the third card here is the card that represents, let me grab it. Okay, so this card represents, there we go, the Magician. And it represents how you see your relationship. Okay, so this is how you saw the past relationship that you just got out of, how you see the current relationship, and if you're not in a relationship, then maybe how you will see your future relationship, or how you don't want to see the future. So we have the Magician. So if this is a past, how you see the relationship in the past, you saw it as one that had potential. One that had, you guys were able to manifest whatever you wanted. At one point, it was a really great relationship. Okay. But maybe something happened, okay, that brought it to that point. Perhaps the betrayal is what went on. Maybe it was a betrayal of someone, putting off correcting, a behavior that put you in a position where you felt betrayed, or you were betrayed. Okay, so maybe the relationship had all that you needed, or this could represent, and since this is actually representing the portion of how you see the relationship, this could represent you wanting change, wanting to see change in the relationship. This could have been in the past, you trying to make change. For some of you did, because you walked away with the 10 of Swords in reverse. If this is a current situation, maybe you want to see change, okay, which is why you think that, okay, sticking around might be okay, because there might be change coming in the future. All right. So if this is a future situation where you're looking at your partner, you want a partner that's going to be able to match you evenly. Someone who's going to be like-minded, who's going to have the same beliefs in you as you, the same values as you, who is someone who can provide for the family and for themselves, where you don't have to solely support this person, because a lot of you were in relationships where you had to do that in the past, particularly women. So this is what I'm showing here for you for how you see the relationship. Number 4 here is this will strengthen the relationship. So this would have strengthened the relationship in the past, with the Ten of Wands, had you maybe gotten fed up or burdened a lot sooner. Or maybe this represents the fact that with the wands and the Ten of Wands, yeah, you cutting things shorter sooner is what I'm getting. You getting tired sooner than later. Like maybe you were, hoping that things would change, and so you stuck around. But, maybe this is an indication that maybe if you would have cut things off sooner, maybe some of you feel that way, where you let things go too long. If this is a current situation, what you're feeling in reference to what would strengthen the relationship is you putting your foot down and saying enough is enough, because this is your energy. This is Sagittarius energy. So you stepping into your energy saying, look, this is enough for me. I've had enough. This is stressful. It's too many burdens. It's exhausting. And in the future, this is what you're definitely looking at, as in order to keep my relationship strong, I may need to put in a little work. It may be a little heavy at times, but, to strengthen the relationship, it may very well be worth it. It's just a matter of how you see things. But yeah, this is what that represents to me as far as your future. And you're not going to let anybody get you to the point where you're stressed out or burdened out. Okay? So you may have learned that from your past relationship for waiting for someone to change. And in reality, they weren't going to. They were just going to do what they needed to do. And so you had to, manifest leaving the relationship. Okay, so some of you did. All right, because you were just burdened out from it. Now, the 5th card here represents this will weaken the relationship. So here's something that might have weakened the past relationship. Here's something that will weaken a current relationship. And here's something that in the future could weaken your next relationship. We have the Hierophant in reverse. So in the past, perhaps there was adultery. Okay, some of you may have been married, and you or your partner, take out how it resonates. I could be talking to the person who's dealing with Sagittarius. This is a general read. Somebody cheated. Okay, this is what I get in the past with the Hierophant in reverse. I also get that a relationship may have failed in the past because someone wasn't clear in what they wanted, or the other person wasn't giving them what they wanted. They may have prolonged a serious connection. Like, okay, yeah, we're still getting to know each other and pushing things off as far as being serious. Okay, that's what I get for some of you. Now, in the future, this is what you're going to avoid. You're going to avoid someone who's married, for some of you, because you may have been in a situation where you might have been dealing with someone who was married. Okay, whether you knew it or not, that's not my concern. I'm not judging, but this is what you definitely want to avoid in the future. And you also want to avoid people who are afraid of commitment with the Hierophant in reverse. Perhaps some of you, with this card here, is what will weaken the relationship is somebody who wants, maybe some of you don't want a traditional relationship. So maybe that's what would weaken the relationship. Maybe you just want a casual relationship. Like I said, it's whatever whatever option it is that you prefer. All right, so that was that one. Now, number 6 is your hopes, and this is the card here. So in your hopes in reference to your relationship, we have Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is your energy, Sag. So with Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is bad karma. So you're hoping that this person that you dealt with in the past gets their just due for the betrayal, okay? And then, prolonging, correcting the situation. Okay, because this caused a lot of pain for you. With the Ten of Swords, that's a lot of pain. That's not a lot of, that's a lot. You have the Ten of Wands here and the Ten of, so you got to the point where you were done. All right, which is why you manifested the end of the relationship here. Okay, so as far as your hopes are concerned, you're hoping that this person gets their just due. Now, if you're in a current relationship, you're hoping that, things are not going to go downhill for some of you. This is how you could be feeling. Okay, maybe you're sensing a change in the relationship and you're hoping that it won't go in that direction because this is what you hope for. All right, and then in the future, as far as what you guys hope for in a future relationship, is that it's not, full of bad turns and bad karma, you know? So, yeah, someone with bad karma or, full of lessons that, may not have been completed from a last relationship is what I'm getting strongly here. Now, the seventh card here is all about what's in your hopes. Okay, so I have the Ace of Swords reverse. So in the past, maybe you were hoping for the truth. Maybe you were hoping for clarity. You were hoping for someone to be honest and to be real with you and let you know what's going on. Okay, with the swords, we know that that's mental thoughts. It could be communication. So maybe, with the two swords here, there was a lack of communication. Or maybe there was a lack of understanding on your end, one or the other, or on your partner's end, one or the other. But as far as this being in your hopes, in the current situation, maybe you're hoping for inner clarity. Maybe you're hoping from clarity from your partner, for your partner to be open and let you know what's going on. And in the future, you're going to avoid people who are not going to be open and honest with you. You're going to avoid lying yourself, or you're going to avoid not being, and you're also going to avoid the fact that maybe there's not clarity there. You're going to try to avoid that by any means necessary by manifesting the truth in the relationship. Okay? Now, the next card I have is your responsibility in the relationship. So, in the past, your past responsibility or what you should have done in the relationship that could have contributed to things being better. The current situation is what you can do to, what responsibility you can take in the relationship. And then the third option here is going to be if there's a future relationship. All right, so in the past, we have Queen of Wands in reverse. So your responsibility, okay, in the relationship, or your past responsibility should have been for some of you to speak up. Okay, with the Queen of Wands in reverse, this is someone who may have low confidence, low self-esteem, may not be comfortable speaking their mind or defending themselves. So this person may have taken advantage of you and gotten to the Ten of Swords, by repeatedly just BSing you and taking advantage of you, and to the point where you couldn't handle it anymore. All right, so in the current situation, this could be you currently not speaking up. Maybe you're not turned on by your partner. This could have been a past situation as well. Maybe withholding sex from your partner, not having sex with your partner as a resolution to your problems. Especially if you were finding out, some of you, that your partner was sleeping with others, that could have turned you off. And that could have been why, especially some of you who were married. Because, when you're in a relationship, some people feel that it's your responsibility to satisfy your partner, okay? And maybe you were not doing that because you were feeling betrayed by your partner. Your partner could have been dealing with someone else and, ruining what's going on with you guys. So in the future here, you're not going to be afraid to speak up. You're not going to allow someone to just treat you like, because this is a situation where someone just treats you like your sex and that's it as well. Okay, you're not going to be promiscuous and cheat on your partner, because some of you cheated on your partner. The Queen of Wands in reverse could represent someone who's promiscuous, just like the King of Wands in reverse can represent, masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. Women are promiscuous too, and they sleep around as well. So the Queen of Swords in reverse could represent someone who has, been promiscuous. So with this particular card here, this is in your fears. You're fearing that, this is your responsibility in the relationship. So for some of you, it's a responsibility to keep your private parts to yourself and your partner and not cheat. All right. So in the future, you're not going to deal with someone who, is just sleeping with anybody. You don't want, someone who's available to anyone. In the future, you're going to speak up and say what it is that you want. And have conversation and dialogue and be confident in your approach. Okay, that's what I'm getting with this card here. All right, now, the number 9 card is my partner's responsibility in this relationship. So in the past, your partner's responsibility was the Ace of Wands. So your partner's responsibility was to keep the fire going, okay, in the relationship. Maybe they were sleeping with someone else. Maybe they were cheating. And so as a result, you didn't deal with them. But you know, maybe you got bored with them because there was no, maybe you lost chemistry or you got turned off by them. Okay, for some of you with the Ace of Wands in reverse, your partner's responsibility, Ace of Wands in reverse can also represent rejection. So maybe it was your partner's responsibility to reject outsiders, especially if you guys were in a marriage. Okay, if you were the one cheating, it was your responsibility to reject outsiders. In a current situation, this could be going on. You could be with someone who is sleeping with someone else, or you could be with someone's. You could be sleeping with someone else besides your partner. So your responsibility is to just be only with your partner. In the future, this is what you're going to look for. You're going to look for your partner to hold up that end of the responsibility. If we are married, that means you don't sleep with anybody but me. End of discussion. 10. This is what will happen. All right. So we have the Lover's card in reverse. This is about choices. So so I'm showing that this is what's going to happen in the end. Let's take a look at it this way. So with the past relationship, what happened in the end is for some of you, you had a choice between two other people. There was someone else who was interested in you and you decided to be with someone else. So you could have been the one that was cheating. For those who weren't cheating, maybe you had to choose between yourself and your lover because this is all about a choice. Okay, this for some of you, this was marriage because the Lover's card in reverse reminds me of marriage, whether it's upright or reverse. Two of Cups reminds me of new love. Lovers reminds me of people who've been together, okay, or married. All right, and if this is a current situation, you may have someone to choose from, or your partner may be with someone else and may be in the process of choosing between you and your partner. In the future, I'm showing that you're not going to allow this to happen. You're not going to put yourself in a position where you're going to be with someone who has to choose between you and them. You're going to make the choice for them. That's the energy I'm getting. All right. Now, that was what I got for you guys. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify these cards, but that's going to be in the link below, the extended. Okay. Again, it's $5 a month, not $5 a video. You get to see all the extended videos, so you can check all of your planetary alignments. But just in case you can't make it over, I'm going to get you some oracle messages so that you'll have some messages from Spirit so you can move forward. First, addiction. It says an addiction is affecting this relationship. So for some of you in the past, there was some addiction. It could have been sex addiction. Okay, because we do have cards talking about sex here. All right, and infidelity and cheating. So it could have been that. Okay. Some of you, it could be alcohol or drugs abuse. Okay. That is causing it. So anything that is that you're doing more than required, where it would cause an issue for concern, is an addiction. Okay, it doesn't matter what it is. Too much of something is not good for you. Now let's take a look. There's another card here, and that is chemistry. So it says the attraction you feel is mutual. All right, so we know that again. There's a lot of sexual chemistry here. Look at all these cards that speak of it. Okay? These cards here that speak of sexual chemistry. All right, so for some of you, you're going to work, you have a new partner. So in the past, with this card, some of you, it was a strong sexual energy, a strong sexual chemistry between you. And that's why, things went on as long as they did. All right? Could have been dealing with someone who was married. You could have been the one cheating. Or, you could have just been in a relationship with someone where it was just sexual. It wasn't going anywhere. In the current situation, you and this partner that you're with right now, there's a very strong sexual chemistry. All right. So this might be what is putting you to the point where you're delaying your gratification, whether it's you leaving the relationship or you expressing your dislike for your partner's behavior. Okay. That's for some of you. Now, the third card we have here, integrity. It says, does the situation align with your morals and values? Again, some of you, if you're not cheating on your partner that you're married to, some of you are being cheated on by your partner and you're allowing it. Okay? And this card is here to ask you, are you doing, what is best? Do you think that, waiting around for this person, they'll eventually stop? Is that why you stay in the relationship, knowing that they're cheating on you and that they're not being faithful to your union? Look at all these cards that represent that. Okay? I'm trying to hold as many as I can here. So that's what I'm getting for some of you. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and clarify these cards. I'm going to go ahead over to extend it. So please click on the link below, Sag, so that we can get a better understanding of what's going on and we'll be able to move forward. All right. But if you can't join, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please like, share, subscribe if it resonates. And I'll speak to you guys for the February love reading. Peace out.